Hello, welcome to Of Course
China.
We're Ziv and Fernando, two longtime China expats with a combined 37 years of experience living and running businesses in the Middle Kingdom. We'll be talking about life in China as we know it, interview interesting characters about their China jobs and opportunities, and explore what it means to live in China in 2020 and beyond. Listen to us weekly on all the popular podcast platforms and watch us on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe to our channels and leave us a comment with a topic you'd like us to talk about. Hey, Fernando.
Hey, Ziv, how are you?
I'm good. Let's introduce ourselves.
Cool, perfect. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I came to China in the year 2000, at the end of the year 2000, and I've been an English teacher for all the time. I started my own training center in 2005, and I think that the highlight probably is the fact that I've been chosen as an honorary citizen of Dongguan in 2011. That's pretty much a very quick rundown of my activities here in the city. What about you? What do you tell us what you do?
You got the city keys?
No, but I got a medal. I'll show it to you one day.
That's nice. I came to China in 2003, and in 2005 I started here. It's an English magazine published monthly in the city of Dongguan, where we are now. And that company evolved. Now we are a media and marketing company. We give services of content creation and advertising. We organize events. And I also raise a family here. I got two kids. They were both born here. They are bilingual. Unfortunately, not trilingual. And I enjoy being here.
Cool. Why don't we tell people a little bit what we have done together? Because we've known each other for quite a long time.
Right.
So why don't you list some of the things that we've done together?
So I believe that we met more than a decade ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were running the magazine, and you were writing some interesting stories.
I was a contributor writing about life in China. So I had a column.
Right.
But then we changed the topic to teaching. So I wrote articles about teaching in China.
Right.
What
and
else
then,
did we
and
do?
then and then we started to do a couple of years ago, I guess. It was a video, a kind of a YouTube show.
Because
that went on
I
WeChat.
started my YouTube channel. So China Teacher brand.
Right. That was the Here Teacher.
It was called Here Teacher Talks. So we
yes.
did that for 2 seasons.
Right. 2 seasons.
And it was very valuable. A lot of people got a lot of good information about what it is like to teach in China. If they wanted to come to China to teach and to know how things happen. A lot of tips and strategies. That was really, really good.
Right.
Those were very short videos, like, what was it, like 5 minutes, 6 minutes per video.
Like that. Right.
And it's still a playlist in my channel. So if you guys want to know a little bit about that, go there. But this is the third time that we cooperate. Yeah.
Right.
And we are going to be running a new YouTube channel and a podcast. So where can people find us?
Right. So other than YouTube, where they can find these videos, they'll be able to find us on the popular podcast platforms like iTunes, Spotify, a few other ones. Personally, I listen on iTunes. Do you listen to podcasts?
I don't. I'm too busy making YouTube content. So let people know what is the name of the YouTube channel. So just type in, of course, China ! And that's the YouTube channel. That's where you can find our videos.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about why we want to do this podcast and this YouTube channel. I mean, what's the reason for this?
Right. So, both of us been here for so long, and I believe we enjoy living here. And we feel that a lot of people abroad, they may know someone in China. They may also not know someone in China, but they have they think about maybe moving to China. What the hell all these foreigners are doing there? So we want to answer these questions. We want to let people know about real life in here in China, and not just, like you say, not just by teachers.
I think that's the really important thing about what we want to do. There is a lot of content out there about China that is a little bit biased. So we want to bring you real stories from real people who have no agenda whatsoever, just to let you know what their lives are here, and their experiences are like. So,
Right, with all the fake news going around, the recent years, I think there is a lot of misconception about China, and we are here. We've been here for a long time, and I think this is the way to know the truth.
Sure. Okay, I think something that would be interesting for people to know is, where does the name of course China come from? So it was not the first choice. There were a few other choices. Do you remember some of them?
I think we had Check China.
Check China, as in have a look, check it out. Let's see what China is about. But that fell off the board.
The China Studio or Studio China?
Studio China, as in, well, we're shooting here in China and we're in China, different from other people.
Right.
And, well, we wanted to make different kind of content, but that
Set
felt
in
a little
China.
bit China set,
Yeah.
or a set in China,
Right.
because we're trying to come up with a set.
Right.
This one is temporary.
Right.
We hope to grow and expand and have something a little bit more.
But then, yeah,
more
I think
cool.
you came up with, of course, China.
Of course, yeah. The idea of course China to me is that whenever you're having a conversation with other expats, and you see things that are occurring and that happen here in China, but of course, yeah, I think it's a very normal evolution from the "this is China" kind of sentence.
TIC.
Yeah, TIC.
Yeah.
When you see something like "this is China," so it's also normal to hear, but of course, China.
Right, and I think
What does
there
it
is
say to you?
there is another thing for me. Some people write me on Facebook and other networks, and they're like, "Why are you in China? Are you in China?" I was like, "Of course, I'm in China. It's the I really think it's the best place to be living at right now in the world." It's been like this for a long time, actually, but maybe the reasons change, but it's still a lot of opportunities here. And that's why I think, of course, China, this is the answer sometimes I give people.
The funny thing is that, well, this is a trailer, but we've already done some of the interviews, and
Right.
in the middle of all the podcasts, you're going to be, but of course, because it's
China.
just such a natural expression when people are talking about their life in China.
Right.
Okay, what can we tell people about the release dates? When are we going to produce our content? This video is going to be posted really, really early. As soon as we can, for podcast reasons. What does that mean?
Okay, so this is a new podcast. So when we post it to all the podcast platforms, it may take a few days, about a week, until they release it officially, till they approve it. So I think this is gonna be around middle of April.
Yes, I mean, this video is going to be out at the end of this month, or probably
Beginning
a couple
of-
of days. But you're going to start getting weekly releases around the middle of April of 2020.
Right.
Now, the idea is this podcast are, how long? How long have we done normally? Like an hour and a half?
Right. So the podcast is gonna be about an hour and a half, the full version.
Yes, that's
But-
right.
But we're going to
But
put out.
what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting it into small chunks, small pieces, snippets of the long version, and we're releasing Monday to Thursday different parts of the video of the podcast.
Right,
and
talking to the guests, right?
course,
and
talking
we,
to the
we,
guests.
we may have also some topics that we will just talk ourselves. We may
Sure. So it's most of the time it's going to be three of us, but there will be podcasts like this one where we will be just me and you talking about a certain topic.
Right.
And on Friday we will release the entire podcast, which is going to be quite long. So look forward to watching a short snippet of the podcast from Monday to Thursday. On Friday, you will get both the long version of the video and the full podcast.
This is quite convenient, I'd say, because usually I listen to podcasts and I take the metro every day. Also when I'm driving in the car, and I usually it's long podcasts, right? Like Joe Rogan's, for example.
Yeah.
And I just stop it and I just continue the next time. Actually, so snippets would be very helpful. I
Yeah,
think.
makes it short. So anything between 15, 20 minutes, something that you guys can watch on a short commute. So that'll be something that makes it a little handier for you to consume. Now, a lot of people, when they think about China, they think about foreigners in China, they think about teachers. So how do we feel about interviewing teachers?
Right. So, no, well, we think that I think that a lot of people we interview, or some of the people we interview, maybe have been had been teachers before, right?
Right.
And because this is a way to come to China, and a lot of people with careers or with career plans come here as teachers.
It is a gateway to China, basically teaching. So we are going to be talking to teachers, but those are teachers that right now perhaps are no longer teachers. So what kind of people have we talked to? What do we have
we
on our list?
we talk to people that do all kind of businesses and jobs. DJs, F&B, which is restaurants, bars, businesses,
Hotels.
Yeah, hotels.
Comedians.
Exactly.
Okay,
right.
we got somebody lined up that you probably know, and well, I'm very excited to meet because I've seen his comedy, but I've never actually met him in person. Who's this?
Yeah, Joe Wang. Yeah,
Wang.
He's a Chinese comedian. He's in America now, actually. We brought him to Dongguan a few months ago for a show. I met him. Very, very nice and humble guy. Yeah, and
You're well connected, which is one of the good things about doing this show with you.
Right. And yeah, he already said that he would love to do it. We just need to wait for the time he's in the neighborhood, hopefully later this year.
Sure. So an interesting thing about this podcast is that it's not going to be localized here where we live, which is the city of Dongguan. We have plans for this to be larger than just Guangdong or the city. So as the time goes on and we get a little bit more mileage under our feet, well, we're going to be bringing more people into the show. So this brings us to an important message to you guys. If you want to be part of this podcast, make sure to drop us a line to any of these social media links right here so that we can get in touch with you and bring you here, and you get to use this microphone right here. Or if you know somebody who might be interesting, then do the same. Leave us a comment in the comment section down below and let us know who do you think we should be bringing to this podcast and video podcast.
As well as if you do something specific back home, wherever you are in Europe, in the US, you know, like we said, we're talking to a DJ. You know, if you're a DJ back home and you want to hear from a foreigner DJ in China, let us know what you want to see, the professions, the people you want us to interview. That's another thing we would like to know from you guys.
Sure. And why don't we talk a little bit about some of the projects that we have? I mean, we're here right now, but some of the things that we want to do are larger than this. Like we want at one point to go live. Right. But then that requires a bit more investment in equipment and whatnot. So we are...
The connection, China.
Yeah, we need to figure out a 5G connection that is going to give you very fast and of course.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, we want to take the show also outside. So, yeah, a lot of plans, a lot of ideas. We just want proof of concept. What does that mean, basically? It means we want to hear from you. We want you to click the subscribe button, click the bell button to be notified whenever there is a new video, and, well, start watching our videos, sharing them, and leaving comments so that we can know that this is something that you guys are interested in, and then we start putting more effort, time, energy into making more podcasts.
Right. I think this is going to be fun.
It's been fun. We've been shooting for almost 2 weeks now.
Yes.
And it's been a lot of fun. And I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. Some really, really funny moments in the podcast. All right. Do we want to say anything else?
I think we're good. I think we said what's important to know in the beginning, and let's leave some room for people to anticipate.
Sure, guys. Anticipation is the name of the game. That's what my wife said. All right.
Exactly.
All right, guys. So you know what to do. Yeah. Leave us a comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And, well, until we see you again, take it easy. And remember, mid-April.
See you soon.
Of course, China. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.